we can go, and I've always more so wanted to do this.
If you use a Trick Room, Amoongus God reserves a special place in hell for you.
Did have a couple of those knocking around in some boxes.
That's like the 11th circle of hell. You should all remember, it's one of the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not use the Trick Room Amoongus.
Funny you mentioned that as a Pokemon, because I will, just as a fucking asterisk, just to stop people from fucking bringing it up, and yes, I say fucking a lot. Just, maybe I swear too much, but I'm an adult man, I can do what I want. Trick Room Amoongus, like, I will always bring up this slight caveat to keep people from saying it. And that slight caveat is this. Trick Room Amoongus can be...
I hate you, RNG.
Trick Room Amoongus can be obnoxious, but the thing is, and I'm not disagreeing with you with the Trick Room...
I fucking hate RNG.
Anyway, I'm not disagreeing with you about, like, Trick Room and Amoongus being bullshit, but because grass types are immune to powder moves, more so now than a couple of gens ago, by proxy, having a grass type automatically means Amoongus cannot...
That's what the Torkoal is for. Oh, no, wait. No, wait, I remember the quote wrong. Thou shalt not use Trick Room, Torkoal, and Amoongus.
Amoongus under Trick Room is stupid. But I need to cover the two things that I know. Okay, 3 things. 3 things because I know someone's going to say it. Grass types are immune to powder moves. The ability Overcoat is also immune to powder moves, and so are safety goggles. You have...
Yes, you do have options.
I needed to...
But I said, well, you do have options.
We need to cover that before you get that...
Yes.
That's
why
You talk about competitive, and you don't, like... You didn't know about grass types, or you didn't mention Overcoat, or you didn't mention safety goggles. Bitch, I know! Yeah. It's a fucking thing, and it's like...
That's why that's the reason I use Ludicolo as a Swift Swim Pokemon over Kingdra, even though Kingdra is objectively better.
Oh, ass hair better. Ludicolo is...
Okay, there's the Astonished. Live.
Ludicolo being a grass type automatically makes it a better Pokemon just because of the powder immunity. But I needed to cover that little caveat because I hate when people do that stupid thing when talking about, like, competitive or defending parts of competitive play. I think are stupid. It's like, if you don't like Amoongus, just add a grass type to your team. Grass types are naturally immune to powder moves, meaning Amoongus can't use Spore or Rage Powder. If you have a good enough grass type, Amoongus redirection and Spore is irrelevant. Even if Trick Room is up, Amoongus can't really do anything.
Okay, besides the Ludicolo, that's the other, like, that's the reason I have a Sap Sipper that would be obnoxious and broken Goodra.
Oh, wait, that was the other thing. Damn it. I brought up Overcoat because Overcoat just blocks powder moves.
No.
Sap Sipper absorbs grass moves specifically, but Spore is a grass move. So an Amoongus could redirect with Rage Powder, but it can't Spore you because Sap Sipper, so that's another option.
How did it avoid Hex? It avoided a 100 power move! That's bullshit! No, not 100 power, 100 accuracy. That's bullshit! How the fuck did it do that?
Anyway, yes, there are options. And we'll try to talk about competitive in a far deeper time if I actually...
Oh, it was called at night, not defeat. God damn.
If I actually sit down... If I actually sit down one of these days to... record some competitive battles, which is something I've wanted to do for years. I just never did, because I wanted to record competitive battles.
And I missed the night.
Because I wanted to record competitive battles and rant about certain competitive things. And Gen 9 will be a really great opportunity for that.
And I miss again!
If it comes down to it.
I swear, if you miss the 90th... Why are these things Why are these things this fucking dodgy?
And that shit right there is a perfect example of something. And it is a perfect example of, while I'm ranting about competitive, because this fucking happened and I will never let this story go, and so many people that don't get it are still super, like, everyone acts like I'm just over-exaggerating this, but I had, back when I was first making competitive Pokemon, I wanted a unique competitive Pokemon just for something that's a little bit different that might catch people off guard. So, I had a sand-based team, and I love telling the story because it's a good example of just absolute fucking nonsense. I had a sand team. I had a Stoutland. Stoutland gets Sand Rush. Stoutland is seen as a general pretty bad Pokemon, but Stoutland gets Sand Rush, meaning it can be really fucking fast in the sand, and its attack stat is actually respectable, but to really maximize using that thing in the sand, and I was mostly using it as a revenge killer, it was a choice banded Stoutland. And I had because of having the choice band, that would mean I would lock into moves, and this was at a time where I looked at 90 accuracy and thought 90 accuracy is not that bad. So I had a Stoutland, and I would risk locking it into a move like Play Rough, and I had a battle. By all accounts, I should have won. My opponent has a Hydreigon, which is Dark Dragon. So I think that is a 4 times weakness. My mind says that is a 4 times weakness, so Play Rough would be my best bet at guaranteeing I kill that Hydreigon. I click Play Rough, and I miss Play Rough. And my Stoutland actually survives. Basically, I end up, it's basically miss, survive, lose, and then they beat me, and I'm sitting there because I'm like, I clicked a 90 accuracy move that I was locked into, and I missed.
Ooh, Mystical Fire.
3 times in a row. I had the move miss 3 times. 90 accuracy move missed 3 times. And when that happened...
Wait, isn't a thing for Carnivine hit it with a fire move?
Nope.
Acid Spray? Oh, no. Oh, no, it's the Paras.
Yes.
That's the fire. And I think Parasect has as well. Defeated flying moves, spores, and a shot.
Nope.
Oh, no, just the first one.
Anyway, because I missed Play Rough 3 times in a row and lost a battle, that's when I realized 90 accuracy moves, in a lot of cases, are way too high risk because of the unlikely arbitrary chance that by all accounts you should win, but you can't win because the game constantly decides that you miss. And that is why I stopped running a lot of 90 accuracy moves, especially 90 accuracy moves that I feel should not be 90, and play rough should not be 90.
But like I said, I have to question why and how did I miss the 100 accuracy? How the fuck did that happen?
Did you miss?
I missed Hex!
You say that.
I'm going to kill one of these, attempt to kill one of these again, just to 100 accuracy. There it fucking works.
Anyway. You know, that's a good rant to go on, and it's a rant we've been on multiple times.
Because it's something that they should fix that they fucking haven't.
Play rough is 90 accuracy, and I feel it should be 100. And I also feel most rock moves that are also 90.
Oh, hey, look, unknown. There's a game-spanning side quest for those things, isn't there?
You have to find every letter of the alphabet.
Does that include the exclamation point?
Yes.
So you have to find 28 then.
You have to find, like, every letter and, like, the exclamation points and stuff. And the thing is, they are hidden in weird locations. And if you go to the location and you spot it, you just throw a Pokeball at it. And it doesn't really fight back, and it can't really attack you. But you need to basically catch those things, and they are in some of the dumbest and most out-of-the-way locations.
How much did that bar jump? Jumped a good
570 points, Tarzan.
Okay.
You can read.
Okay, now I'm going to return to the village to check things, because if that Pichu is good, I might use it. Maybe.
Oh! Well, other things, because this game does something that is so fundamentally stupid, that is something that I do agree shouldn't be a mechanic, and is one of the most arbitrary restrictions that I didn't realize was a mechanic, and is... So, you have this pasture, and the pasture lets you fill...
I was just seeing how many it had listed.
That's the thing.
Is it just these 8?
That's the dumb thing that this game does unless they fix it. The thing is, when you beat the story and get in the post-game, you get a better pasture. The pasture you have in the story is arbitrarily limited for no reason.
Pure neutral. And Luxio has been outclassed.
The pasture you have in the main game is limited for no reason. And this leads to the other thing that's a really important note about this game.
Hello? Is that
Yes.
Pulse? That's Pulse, right?
Yes, that's Pulse. Those items that increase Pokemon stats, one of the best ways to get those items is to release Pokemon. They reward you for releasing Pokemon out of the pasture.
I was basically going to do that after a certain point.
But the pasture...
get rid of a lot of extras.
Yes, but the pasture is arbitrarily limited in the story for no reason. And there were a few people that were rightfully annoyed by that. In the post-game, it extends. But people were like, why extend that in the post-game? Why? Why would you do that? Why not just give me the best options? it's time for the question of the day, my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, this is a bit of a silly question, but at the same time, I think this is also a very important question to ask. Do you agree with the point I was making about 90 accuracy moves? Because over the years, a lot of people act like my complaints are not valid, or that I'm just making a bigger deal out of something that really isn't that much of a problem. But I know in the Pokemon community, there's often memes about 90 accuracy moves seem to be way less accurate than the instant kill moves like Fissure and Guillotine, which are 30% accurate, and people will also make jokes. I've hit Fire Blast more than I've hit moves like Play Rough, which is a fun phenomenon where your brain will generally notice misfortune if it's tied to incredibly unlikely events. The move is 90, so the miss chance is 10%. So whenever you miss Play Rough or other 90 accuracy moves, it feels like it affects you way more simply because the event of missing that was unlikely to happen, because Fire Blast has a 30% miss chance and 30 is bigger than 10. And yes, I know because of how Pokemon games round that you technically have a little bit higher odds to miss than the numbers make you think. Like, the Wide Lens claims to add 10% accuracy, but if you use a move like Play Rough and a Wide Lens, you only end up a weird, 98 point, I forget what it was point something. It's a weird number that kind of rounds down. It's not 100, so you have about 1.5% to roughly 2% chance to miss. So yes, there is a little bit more logistics there that you wouldn't know, but you could also say that technically applies to every move. So Fire Blast wouldn't technically be 70, and your miss rate wouldn't be 30. It would round doing a similar thing with 1 or 2% points being a little bit off. But now is not the time to talk about that. I just think 90 accuracy moves do feel like they miss way more, but I know it is entirely because it is unlikely, so you are paying more attention because something super unlikely will stand out more if it does happen, and this is generally why I don't really play ranked. And I know some people think that that's petty and stupid, but I would rather not get involved with ranked in Pokemon all that much, because I would get super salty if wins and losses are heavily affected by luck and RNG. If I lost because of RNG, I would get annoyed. If I won, I often feel this weird sort of pseudo-guilt in Pokemon of okay, I literally should have lost, but I beat someone because they missed 90 accuracy move, or I land a crit, or I happen to get some bit of RNG, oh, I use Thunder Wave and you get paralyzed. It's just all the little things, but I'm rambling. My main point here, that Play Rough story really made me stop using even 90 accuracy, because it made me realize that the 10% chance of the move missing would actually come up decently often, and I didn't want to deal with a lot of extra RNG of having these constant matches sort of controlled by a very small bit of RNG, where a little bit of the time I am vulnerable to missing an important move when it matters the most. Anyway, this rant has gone on a while, so you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shield for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.